You've probably noticed it lately. Words feel heavier than before. A small remark can stay with you for hours. A thoughtless comment from someone close. A sharp phrase on the news. Even a stranger's tone that wasn't meant for you. Some days it feels like the world has forgotten how to speak gently. And maybe you've wondered, why do words hit harder as we grow older? Why do they stay inside us longer than they used to? Tonight, we're going to sit with that question and slowly understand why a single line from Martin Luther King Jr. could move an entire nation, and why our own words, even now, still hold quiet power. Before we begin, if you'd like more peaceful moments like this, feel free to subscribe and let me know in the comments where you're listening from. Your presence here means a lot. Some people think words lose importance over time, but the opposite is true. When you're young, life is loud. Mistakes are loud, dreams are loud, you move quickly, and words pass you quickly. But as we age, the noise settles. Life becomes quieter, and suddenly, words stand out. They echo longer. Some people think words lose importance over time, but the opposite is true. When you're young, life is loud. Mistakes are loud, dreams are loud, you move quickly, and words pass you quickly. But as we age, the noise settles. Life becomes quieter, and suddenly, words stand out. They echo longer. A small compliment can brighten an entire day. A careless sentence can take the same day apart. And maybe you've felt that yourself. A simple, "Why did you do it that way?" can bring up memories of older criticisms, moments you thought you had forgotten, people whose voices still ring in corners of your mind. Words don't stay in the air, they stay in us. And that is exactly why Martin Luther King Jr.'s voice mattered so deeply. People often imagine MLK as a loud, powerful speaker. But the real strength of his voice was not volume, it was accuracy. He named the pain people already carried in their hearts. He didn't shout new ideas into the world. He said what thousands had been whispering to themselves. That is the first power of meaningful speech. 1. A true voice puts people's unspoken pain into words. When he said, "Injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere," he wasn't educating people. He was reminding them of something they had always known, but rarely said aloud. And sometimes in our own lives, we need someone who speaks like that, not louder, but clearer. Someone who says, "I know what you're feeling. You're not imagining it. This is real." In a noisy world, clarity is kindness. The second power of his language. He opened future, not fear. Many leaders use fear to move people. Fear works fast, but it doesn't lift anyone. MLK chose a different path. His sentences always left a small door open, a doorway toward hope, toward possibility, toward a version of tomorrow that felt worth waiting for. I have a dream. It isn't a solution. It isn't a demand. It isn't a rule. It's a direction. That's the quiet genius of his language. He did not force people to agree with him. He simply offered a place where their hearts could walk, and people walked. Because humans don't move from orders, they move from hope. The third power of his words. He spoke to give strength, not to hold it. Some speakers use language to raise themselves. MLK used language to raise others. When you listen to his speeches, you can feel it. The message is not, "Follow me because I'm strong." It is, "You are stronger than you think." And together, we can hold this weight. Strength shared is strength multiplied. And maybe you've experienced that too. A moment when someone's single sentence gave you just enough courage to try again, or to forgive, or to rest. Okay, words that lift are never forgotten. A small moment of quiet humor. There's a little story people rarely mention during long strategy meetings. MLK sometimes used humor to dissolve tension. Nothing loud, nothing silly, just a quiet remark that made the room breathe again. Someone once brought him a stack of long documents, and he glanced at them and said, "Well, at least the title page looks hopeful." Everyone laughed, not because the joke was good, but because the moment was human. Sometimes a moment of simple humor is enough to remind us that even heavy conversations belong to ordinary people living ordinary days. And that, too, is the power of words. Why words feel heavier now as we grow older. We have fewer people we talk to deeply. Relationships become smaller, more precious. So each word stands out more. We carry decades of conversations inside us, old encouragement, old hurt, old misunderstandings we wish we had cleared, old gratitude we never said out loud. And the truth is simple. Words don't disappear. They settle like dust on a shelf, like memories in a drawer you open only sometimes. And this is why gentle speech is not a luxury. It's a way of caring for people's hearts, including our own. What MLK teaches us about our daily conversations: you don't need a podium, you don't need a crowd, you don't need history watching you. Your words already matter. When you say to someone, "I understand," you lighten their day. When you say, "It's okay, let's start again," you give them dignity. When you say, "I'm here," you remind them they're not walking alone. And when you choose not to say something hurtful, you choose peace over being right. That choice shapes homes, friendships, families, and even how you speak to yourself. Gentle realization, a quiet insight for tonight. If MLK taught us one simple truth, it might be this: words are not small, and they never were. A single sentence can steady a shaken heart. A single line can open a window in a dark room. A small kindness, spoken softly, can move a life forward in ways no one else ever sees. So tonight, let your words grow quieter, but let them grow truer. You don't need to inspire a nation. You only need to bring a little light into the conversations you already have. Because somewhere, someone will carry your sentence with them. Not for a moment, but for a lifetime. Quiet life wisdom, a little peace for your day.